Guys, I realized I was just talking for a minute and I didn't even hit the record button. So now I was talking about Tannehill. I don't know how far I'm back, but Tannehill. We're just gonna record, guys. We'll figure this out later, okay? Tannehill needs to be more productive in his... All right, guys. Well, I kind of got everything started here. It's getting really bad up here, so I want to kind of get everything done real quick. But I will get you guys caught up here as soon as I get home. The Wi-Fi's there too, but this weather's just rolling in, and I got to get out of here. You know what I'm saying? I still got a whole ditch to get through right here. Whew. This country life is not for everybody. Just like our wide receiver core, it's not for everybody. Todd Downing, not for everybody. Hey, what's up, guys? Ooh. I'm hauling wood out here in the country, so y'all just gonna have to bear with me, okay? Look at how beautiful this is, huh? Look how beautiful. Oh yeah. And you see this big boy right here? No, not me. Yeah, she's coming home, and the landlord wants it gone. So here we are, Titan Wees, non-professional tree removal services, you know, and shenanigans. What's up, guys? God, it's so good to be here. I love the mountain, you know. This brings out a peace in everybody, and I think everybody could use a little more mountain time. Understandably, some people are just not made for the weather, but we're gonna put you right here, okay? Because we got stuff to do. And let's talk some football here, guys. I'm not sure about this quality here, but oh yeah, got the machine going. We're gonna cheat a little bit here on this project because it is muddy. It is very cold up here, actually. Hold on, get situated here, and I wanted to talk about some football here with y'all. Bear with me one sec. I really wanted to do this because nobody gets to see what we go through as YouTubers. As I wouldn't say YouTubers, you know, I'm hard to hear, but you get the gist of it. You know what I'm saying? What we do in our daily lives, getting stuff done, moving about. Obviously, I'm in the country, so big difference in everything, you know. But see if we can get some blade going here, and stay tuned. Okay, guys, we have a lot of people out this week. We have, I believe that Nico Autry made that list this morning before I left the house, you know, and I don't want to say Bud Dupree. I think Bud Dupree, Nick Westbrook, Buster Screen, who is great, by the way, for the defense. I really like him who's standing up. I was actually talking about, I was talking with Tennessee Titans Weekly, Jacques, you know, actually Hulk, I'm sorry, and on Instagram, and we were talking about just the formation I kind of recognized and saw with the Pittsburgh game. And sorry I'm going off on a little rambling tangent here, but it's just to get everybody caught up. You know, I'm happy to be back, like I said, to see everybody. If you're new here, welcome. And yeah, I really wanted to cover up in a couple of games here, you know. And going back, I actually want to step back and just where I'm at and the games I've kind of seen, you know what I mean? Because, I mean, we all know already, like I said, if you're new here, I don't get games as much as everybody else here. One second. But what's kind of the funny part about all this is we haven't had anybody. And that's the unfortunate side. It's across the league. A lot of people are hurting for players. I saw somebody on the comments somewhere where they were talking about, oh great, we're gonna hire people from Walmart now coming through, you know. I mean, that might not be such a bad thing. I mean, we don't know all the talent that's really out there and people who just never had the opportunities. But beside the point, it was just great to recognize a formation that the Titans were running the other day. I want to say it was the beginning of the it had to be the first no everything else. I'm gonna post that link here actually, and pin somewhere in here. There's a little play here. You see Christian Fulton, he gets flat-footed and beat. I believe it was Johnson or Washington with the Steelers that made that cross-cut play. Something that they do, it's like a short eight in the cross, you know what I mean? And they literally caught Fulton flat-footed, or Washington did. And the funny thing about it is, yes, we can say we didn't have our weapons, our proper. Yes, we did not have our starters majority for that game. You know, this is my son's baby outfit here. Use them for a lot of shop tools, shop stuff, you know, around the house. We see this formation. It's a dime package hybrid cross with the cover 3. We have one linebacker set there who is Jayon Brown, and I believe Jayon Brown is on the reserve COVID list. And I was listening to Buck Rising, shout out to Buck Rising A to Z, about the updates and stuff, about what's going on. I didn't get to catch much of Buck Rising show last night because of work, and it was really snowing pretty hard as well. One sec here, guys. And I'm wondering if this is the potential of what the Titans are going to go head into. Now, I'm not sure what it is, what Mike Vrabel and Sir Shane Bowen are up to, but I'm kind of thinking they're on to I want to say, a new type of defense. That's something we haven't seen before just yet. A lot of different looks that we get, and of course it's across the league. You know, this is not the first time we see something like this. We've seen Belichick do this, of course. We've seen Dick LeBeau do this with the Steelers prior to coming to Tennessee, that is. And we've also seen this with Sir Dean Pease, who is now with the Atlanta Falcons down there hustling it with Arthur Smith. I believe that, what are they? Falcons, you know, they're mediocre this year. Hold on one second, guys. We have a lot of people out this week. We have, I believe that Nico Autry made that list this morning before I left the house, you know, and I don't want to say Bud Dupree. I think Bud Dupree, Nick Westbrook, Buster Screen, who is great, by the way, for the defense. I really like him. Who's standing up. I was actually talking about, I was talking with Tennessee Titans Weekly, Jacques, you know, actually Hulk, I'm sorry, and on Instagram, and we were talking about just a formation I kind of recognized and saw with the Pittsburgh game. And sorry, I'm going off on a little rambling tangent here, but it's just to get everybody caught up. You know, I'm happy to be back, like I said, to see everybody. If you're new here, welcome. And yeah, I really wanted to cover up in a couple of games here, you know. And going back, I actually want to step back and just where I'm at and the games I've kind of seen, you know what I mean? Because, I mean, we all know already, like I said, if you're new here, I don't get games as much as everybody else. Here, one second. But what's kind of the funny part about all this is we haven't had anybody. And that's the unfortunate side. It's across the league. A lot of people are hurting for players. I saw somebody on the comments somewhere where they were talking about, oh, great, we're going to hire people from Walmart now coming through, you know? I mean, that might not be such a bad thing. I mean, we don't know all the talent that's really out there and people who just never had the opportunities. But beside the point, it was just great to recognize a formation that the Titans were running the other day. I want to say it was the beginning of the. It had to be the first. No. Everything else. I'm going to post that link here, actually, and pin somewhere in here. There's a little play here. You see Christian Fulton. He gets flat-footed and beat. I believe it was Johnson or Washington with the Steelers that made that cross-cut play. Something that they do. It's like a short eight in the cross. You know what I mean? And they literally caught Fulton flat-footed, or Washington did. And the funny thing about it is, yes, we can say we didn't have our weapons, our proper. We see this formation. It's a dime package, hybrid cross with a cover 3. We have one linebacker set there who is Jayon Brown, and I believe Jayon Brown is on the reserve COVID list. And I was listening to Buck Rising, shout out to Buck Rising A to Z, about the updates and stuff, about what's going on. I didn't get to catch much of Buck Rising show last night because of work, and it was really snowing pretty hard as well. One sec here, guys. And I'm wondering if this is the potential of what the Titans are going to go head into. Now, I'm not sure what it is, what Mike Vrabel and Sir Shane Bowen are up to, but I'm kind of thinking they're on to I want to say, a new type of defense. That's something we haven't seen before just yet. A lot of different looks that we get, and of course it's across the league. You know, this is not the first time we see something like this. We've seen Belichick do this, of course. We've seen Dick LeBeau do this with the Steelers prior to coming to Tennessee, that is. And we've also seen this with Sir Dean Pease, who is now with the Atlanta Falcons down there hustling it with Arthur Smith. I believe that, what are they? Falcons, you know, they're mediocre this year. Hold on one sec, guys. And I'm really liking the direction Shane Bowen and Mike Vrabel have gone with this defense. I mean, of course, at times we've had our stumps and here's misses and everything like that, you know, but with every team, we're going to have our struggles. And that's bound to happen. Shout out to the fellas, Titans Weekly. I watched you guys last night. It was the 49ers recap. And good stuff this morning. I was got to catch up on it and everything, you know. And yo, shout out to the people for random Christmas gifts, because damn, I forgot the tool, you know. So I opened this guy this morning. Look, and I just brought a drill. It's been so the file I was looking for is in the back of my truck, and the new file is in the front this whole time. Yeah, that's just how it's going for Titan Weeze here. You know what I mean? We begin this week against the Dolphins, who are kind of a bit on the hot streak there a little bit, you know. I mean, it was kind of a hit and miss, thinking we were going to get Xavier Howard with their blunder, Titans blunder, that is, you know, and also with the struggle issues we've had in our secondary cornerback, because we've gone through, what, 80 plus players from what I'm hearing or something like that. But whoa, guys, whoa. It's just amazing to see. I'm gonna turn this freaking thing down because I don't want it to ruin my chainsaw whatsoever. You know, whoa. See, even that's see, even that's too strong even. But we'll begin with breaking down this No, this is not a wand. It's to clean the chainsaw. So we begin this week with the Dolphins. I'm a little reluctant to say the Dolphins have been on a hot streak here. They have been, and for a while there, it kind of looked like they were going after that #1 seed. being that the Patriots also have had their struggles. Now, I mean, keep in mind, Patriots have been hot. They did beat us fair and square. It was just one of those games, I think. Maybe everybody had across the board, but I definitely, for one, had this game losing because it's just a certain thing about Bill Belichick where you're able to get him maybe once or twice. No, I think there was another team that had Bill Belichick's number, right, where he struggled against him. I can't remember. Who is it? It's got to be not the Bengals, the Browns. No, the guys. They just played somebody a week or two ago. Forgive me, but I just know that the struggles were the things that the Patriots were just shut down entirely. You know, and Jonnu's been hit and miss with them too. They look like they've been going to Hunter a little bit more. That contract that he got with the Patriots, a little bit substantial from what he was receiving with Tennessee, of course. Would he have been that productive? I mean, has Anthony Fisher been productive? I mean, we've had a little bit to see with Michael Pruitt. Nicole Pruitt. And we've also had Jeffrey Swain, who I did say he was going to be a huge factor this year, right? Right? Yes, I did. I didn't say Ferkser was. There's just something about Ferkser that just kind of throws me off. In the past, yeah, he's had his advantages because our weapons were taken away. Corey Davis was removed from the game with the Patriots. And this is going to go back to, I want to say, the first year with 2018, maybe? I want to say it's second year. No. The first year? Yeah, second year with Vrabel, where he had the quarterback in Marcus Mariota benched, and we had Tannehill finish out the remainder of the said season. Now, why I jump back to there is basically to get everybody caught up to speed of where we are today. Now, the thing with Ferkser here, and let's just talk about Ferkser here for a minute in this tight end group, okay? Because I feel we've really had our struggles in this area, and I'm not sure what's going to happen in this offseason, if we're going to go out or if we're even going to draft. I've been trying to look up on a couple of college players here because a lot of the games are on, and I got the, that on the phone here, first off, real quick here, fellas, anybody, I mean, this content isn't for anybody, so you don't have to be here. You can go somewhere else. That's just totally cool. I'm just giving you my point of view from a non-biased view, giving you the real deal, giving you the facts, giving you the things, the lowdown of what is going on with this Tennessee group, because you really need an outside look. I am a huge fan of Titans here. Like I said, everybody new, welcome. We still have that giveaway going, which is going freaking awesome. And remember that store in the last video, last two videos? It's a great store. So whatever you guys need, they have a lot of things there. They actually had a Derrick Henry jersey, a blue 22. There's only one. I didn't see what size it was, but I tell you something, player. I already have a Derrick Henry jersey, so if I went and picked up another blue jersey, or if I saw, I would just grab it. You know what I mean? I would just put it up. You know what I mean? Because it's rare that we get Tennessee stuff here where I'm from. Okay, so now with this tight end group, guys, we have a huge problem here. We have a huge problem here because our wide receiver core has been out. We don't have anybody. We had to call Cody Hollister up. Cody Hollister was at home right now. Watching some John Wick. No copyright anything infringed or anything like that. He's probably catching on Fast and Furious thing. And he's like, hey, Vrab's calling me. J-Rod's calling me. I assume he's shooting me a text. I better pick this up, So we needed more help from the wide receiver group. Our wide receiver is depleted entirely. That is so not cool. Not cool at all. And what's worse about this, guys, is we've expected a lot from Julio, right? But, I mean, y'all knew it already. There's a couple of y'all who knew it already. I mean, we was talking about this. He had the injuries. Yeah, we know it. We didn't expect him to come over here and, play lights out all of a sudden. I mean, yeah, fan base obviously did, but And a couple of Titans reporters, oh, they're so bitter and hurt about all this Julio thing, you know. But hey, for the few of us, come on now. We knew the cat was hurt. We knew the cat was still rehabbing an injury. And by all means, some of us will probably even say it. You probably even said it. He should have sat a little bit more. You know, a couple more, get everybody else involved, and then bring them back full and healthy. None of this, oh, I feel good every other week thing. You know, we don't need any of that stuff. And we're just not seeing the step up that we needed to. That's the frustrating thing about this all. Really. Is we've expected this core to step up a little bit more. This tight end core to really help out our receivers excel more. And we're just not seeing it. And the bad thing is, we're going to have to go out and get some talent. We're going to have to go out and get some talent, guys. Now, I'm putting the chain back in here. Hopefully it'll let me. Now, with that said, do you see Firkser making a big impact here? Do you see him stepping up a little bit more this coming off season, whichever our standing is going to be? Because from my understanding, we had that #1 seed there for, I mean, guys, that was awesome. You know what I mean? That #1 seed, that was the coolest freaking thing ever. I should have really took a picture of it, you know, because it just doesn't happen that often. Guys, we're winning, you know, and the unfortunate, I mean, it sucks that it is COVID and stuff, you know. Can we say COVID on YouTube? I don't know. We'll see what happens with the channel, I guess, right? But yeah, I mean, how can we really predetermine our outcome due to an illness, a plague upon our nation, our world, and be called champions? That just doesn't sit right with me, you know? I mean, I'm one of those people who, like you guys all know, I'd rather win with points on the board. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys. Well, I kind of got everything started here. It's getting really bad up here, so I want to kind of get everything done real quick. But I will get you guys caught up here as soon as I get home. The Wi-Fi's there too, but this weather's just rolling in, and I got to get out of here. You know what I'm saying? I still got a whole ditch to get through right here. Whew. This country life is not for everybody. Just like our wide receiver core, it's not for everybody. Todd Downing, not for everybody. But guys, it's been real. Let's give you guys a few little things here real quick before I lose this train of thought. Now with Josh Reynolds, oh my God, we could have used him so much right now, right? I don't understand why, I could 50-50 why he was not getting his targets and why he wanted more repetitions. He was okay with the Los Angeles Rams, but when it came to Tennessee, I need y'all to go back and watch a couple of these highlights and just kind of look at his position. Look at the run blocking scheme when we had Derrick Henry, and look at how he was in his formations. Not that he wasn't running them or anything like that, but he was. He just looked a little lazy on it, a little lackluster, like no energy to be out there whatsoever. Almost like he didn't want to be here because he knew the play wasn't coming to him. Maybe it was that. I mean, he's getting his reps now with the Detroit Lions along with Khalif Raymond, and they've both been a little bit successful. I've seen a few people say that they've been excited about him excelling with the Lions, and every now and again we'll get a comment somewhere stating that, you know, we should imagine how Josh Reynolds would be right now. Yeah, imagine. But guys, as the coaches and all the other players have said, everybody who is about the team, right? What do we all say first? We're going to do our job that we're assigned to, and to its potential, and exceed at it. Josh Reynolds was just not that. So I understand him wanting to be out of here. It's no loss on me, because it's one of those, I mean, me personally, because it's one of those, like, does he want to be here or not? If he doesn't want to be here, then cool, get the hell out of here. You know what I mean? You guys know my stance on that. Some of you already. And I'm just not sure if we're going to be able to go forward without Julio in this lineup. Because right now we're depending on on a Nick Westbrook-Ikhine, who is a 3-4, but he's been playing majority of a 2, even a 1 at times, guys. Playing lights out. A couple of issues with the first down yardage and getting there, you know. Julio's kind of gotten past the lines a little bit better now, but I see it with Westbrook and also with Brown. Brown does make his adjustments time and time and again. Of course, we need him on the field. That would be great. Understandably, he needed some time off, which is great. You know, guy needed a mental break. It's good. It's good for everybody. It's good for players. And I'm just glad that he was able to do something like that, because after that Rams game, you know, he was pretty flustered, you know, with Ramsey. I mean, if not with just his overall potential himself, because he's missed a few drops here, guys. Julio has also missed a few. I haven't really seen a couple of his highlights lately because he really hasn't been on the field, of course. But we need playmakers. We need those to step up, because this defense has been carrying us a little bit more. And that's kind of funny to say now, because for years our defense has been an issue on and off, you know. And now that we have the final weapons, the pieces to get us to where we need into the playoffs, we have a struggling offense. And like I said, with the COVID thing, it's just unfortunate. I was so pissed off about this the other night. And not to be a rant or a tangent, but for just a few minutes here, are we going to predetermine this championship due to COVID because people weren't able to make it? And that's just the dumbest thing, you know. People could be going on teams could be going on a good string here. Kevin Byard, obviously, you know, was having a good game. Everybody's playing so great, and all of a sudden, COVID. And then he had the Chipotle thing, right? The issues with it. And I'm going to take that part out. So I don't want to be caught there. You know, I don't even eat there, so I don't even worry about that. Yeah, guys, I got to get this done. So I'll see you guys in a minute. What's up, guys? Didn't get as much as I would have hoped to have wanted, but that's what happens when you break the chainsaw chain, you know what I mean? I would not necessarily break it, but I don't have any loop for the bar, and it's just gonna keep jumping off the rail here. So we got our tree done. Big order to fill. Okay, guys, well, it's getting a little chilly up here, man. I'm finally starting to warm down. I mean, not warm down, starting to cool down. Like our offensive playbook and Todd Downing and his little bit of struggles. Shout out to Tennessee Titans Weekly for mentioning something like this, that we should give Todd Downing just a little bit more leniency. I wouldn't say leniency, but just the benefit of the doubt to be an offensive coordinator. Maybe not necessarily the way he had envisioned in the start of the season, because we have lost a lot of people. And not to mention, it's across the league, so I don't want to use that as an excuse. But can we... Let's just go ahead and grade. Let's just go ahead and do it. Shout out to Mario, my homie over there. We haven't talked in a minute. But we had talked about doing something like who's your standouts as far as maybe an A and B and a C as far as our defensive goes. You know, linebacker, and overall just cornerback and their productivity, you know. I'm kind of bummed about Caleb Farley with his injury and stuff, you know. It was just like a freak accident. Maybe it was just a jitter. The guy plays with a lot of energy. He's really explosive, able to recreate and his agility to move off the ball and to recognize the ball. But he just needs that little bit more recognition at the start. And I think it's just because maybe he's had some time off, you know, being that he did take some time off. And I don't want to put it on just him. It was across the league as well. And I keep seeing it across the league, but we all know it's the same thing this year as well. With COVID. A lot of the NCAA players have stopped playing, and they've gone to opt out, and they've not necessarily opt out, but began to opt out for the draft. But I also heard some of the bowl games got canceled and stuff due to COVID, which is crazy, you know. Our numbers in New Mexico, I mean, it's high, but we haven't really had like anything severe, knock on wood kind of thing. But it's still pretty precautionary here. We got to remember, everybody, here where I'm at, we're behind everybody. So when it's done over there, it's probably like 4 weeks over here. It's finally over here, you know. That's pretty much how it's kind of seemed, you know. Hey, shout out to the cool news about Derrick Henry coming back. I'm excited about that. I hope you guys are too. And I look forward to our King's return. The return of the King. King of Kings. I really hope Henry has had some time rest, time off. And just real quick, I did mention this before, that the only way this franchise is going to recognize Henry needs help or Tannehill needs help or this direction of this franchise, wait until Derrick Henry gets hurt, and then we're going to see what happens. And then we have A.J. Brown go down. We have Julio Jones inconsistent. And we have Josh Reynolds, who leaves, right? Which was really a slap in the face kind of thing. I woke up one morning, all of a sudden, he gone. And now, our faith is in one, Todd Downing, to get our offense on track here. Why I say our offense needs to get on track here is because at times we've had this inconsistency. And shout out to Tennessee Titans Weekly. And I want to say Sports Fan Entertainment for maybe mentioning something like this. And I want to mention Titan Upload. I did catch Upload. What was that show you had? It was some time ago. I want to say you had just gotten back from somewhere. I'm not sure. It was about a week or two ago, maybe. Following the, I don't want to say 49ers game. Steelers game. Following Steelers game. But you had mentioned, our weapons and everything, which you're absolutely right. I mean, you're not wrong. You know what I mean? Would we have had the same outcome? Should we have our weapons? I mean, I don't know. It was a defensive struggle on that side as well. I mean, they marched down the field. I mean, not marched down the field, but at times we were able to contain them, and hold them to 3 field goals, which was the big key to this game, really. Sorry for the moving camera. I'm just trying to get this video out. But I'm still doing chores. I got to get off this mountain. And shout out to the defense, the holding Steelers to 3 field goals, which was freaking awesome. Of course, Big Ben has lost that little extra step, maybe a step and a half. He's behind, but could you blame the guy? You got people like Ryan Clark had mentioned. I want to say on First Take, don't misquote me on that information, but Ryan Clark, we know who Ryan Clark is, former Steeler, right? Mentioned before this game, we have athletes because Chase is dumb behind us over there celebrating on a first down behind with seconds on the clock. Who does that? According to Chase does. I don't know what's wrong with Chase, man. I think he just needs a new area. He's not thriving where he can be him. You know what I mean? He has this face on where he has to be this person for the Steelers. Oh, knocked myself out for the Steelers. But the man can't be himself. Just like our struggles with Tannehill. And why I say Chase is basically to compare to Tannehill. We all say Tannehill has the struggles. And y'all know me. I prefer Marcus Mariota, but I gotta be honest with y'all on this one. I'm riding with y'all on this one. With Tannehill, right? Because Mariota, our homie over there, can't seem to get on the field over at the Raiders too. He had a couple of weeks ago. He had an injury, right? Not an injury, it was an illness, last week again. He was out again. That's what sucks, You really hope to see more from him, but you know what sucks about understanding Mariota now? Is you see his role, because he was brought in like a Lamar Jackson, right? That's what we were envisioning with Malarkey. Now, when we recruited and when we drafted Mariota, he was able to do a few things right in the pocket and get out of the pocket. And shout out to Sports Fan Entertainment for mentioning this. There's at times in the Steelers game, and I want to say in the Bills game, where you see Tannehill not get out of the pocket. And you keep trying to mention, like, hey, Tannehill, bro, just start running, bro. Why are you not using them wheels? Why are you not using them legs? Now, being that he is our only QB, it's understandable, but some of these instances, man, I just don't know what the decision making is happening. And he's clearly not happy after the game, because you can see it in his press conference, right? I saw the score before I left the house. Titans showed we were, Foreman just scored. Dante Foreman just scored. So I believe it was 10 to No, it might have been 13-3 or something like that. And we were up by 10 or something. But anyhow, I'm in God's country. And I am wood hauling still. And boy, is it, look how much snow we got, guys. Look at this. Whew. That's it. God's country right now. Here to talk some Titans. And I hope we got that win. Because I done got stuck 3 times already. And barely have a log to show for. Yeah. That's another story. But just wanted to show you guys what's going on. It's my chainsaw back there. See that? Right here somewhere. I don't know, it's over here. Oh, it's right there in the middle. Hanging on a tree. My axe is over here somewhere. I got another tree out on this area. I need to go back and get. So guys, we hopefully get Derrick Henry back. It's going to be an improvement when what this offense is doing. Teams be able to plan for AJ and Derrick again. So that'll be good, you know. Oh, I hope AJ did good today, you know. I heard mixed reports that in and out all week and stuff, you know. My video, there was so much editing in there. I was hardly ever talking about Titan stuff, guys. So I really wanted to just kind of give you guys snippets and stuff of it. And I will enter that too. Because I really want you guys to see what Titan Weeze is up to, you know.